All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be going over a couple of different items. As you can see, we have 5 different points here on the bulletin board. Today is episode 63, and we are going to go over a couple of these items. So first thing we have, Apple has effectively made a decision to reach out for help and use Google's AI. So there's a collab going on there. I'll give you guys my point on that. Second on the pointers, we're going to go over my QQQ play, my option play from Monday. So I'll show you guys pretty much what I made. It was a small play, but how I approached it as well. And then we're going to talk about NVIDIA. We know that they're having their conference now, and NVIDIA specifically as it relates to EVs. Um, big IPO coming up on Thursday, which is Reddit. There's some controversy surrounding that one, so we're going to go ahead and cover that one as well. And then we're going to check in on Adobe stock. Spoke to you guys about that before, the massive drop, almost $80 on earnings. And I told you guys that it would start to inch back up. So we're going to go ahead and check back in. So we got a jam-packed video for you today. Not so much a really long video like the last one, but definitely will have some vital information, so stay tuned. Apple is in talks to let Google Gemini power iPhone AI features. Companies consider AI deal that would build on Search Pact. Apple also recently held discussions with OpenAI about a deal. So my take on this, Apple is finally, I guess, reaching out for help. So there's two ways to look at this. On the stock front, this does help the Google stock. It's had some blunders. But always remember this. There's two things that Google has that Apple does not have. Google, first of all, is a multifaceted company. It also has the dominant operating system for cell phones all over the world. It's not the iPhone, it's the Android phones. All right. Secondly, Google is also very cash heavy. Google has multiple different ways of making revenue. iPhone or Apple pretty much just has the iPhone. I'll be honest with you right now. Yes, there's the Vision Pro. They had talks about coming out with an EV vehicle. All of that got scrapped. That $3,000 headset, I don't know how well that's going to fare in the long term. But like I said, Apple does have a lot of money. Definitely one of the biggest companies in the world. But when I look at a stock that I see for the long haul, I look at how many different ways this company has, to bring in revenue. And Google definitely has a ton of those features. This is actually good because it helps Google's stock because they've had some blunders. They have a tendency of like overpaying workers, doing all kind of stock compensation. So Google goes kind of crazy in that regard. It will help Apple in the sense that Apple is pretty much kind of like a one-trick pony. I know some people will disagree, but I think it is. If you go back to the early days, Apple was around before Microsoft. Microsoft came in, knocked them out of the game, created so much different avenues of revenue. Apple pretty much for a long time just had, the Mac and their computers. It got to the point where Bill Gates himself, their rival from Microsoft, actually came in, I guess because there was some type of antitrust thing brewing against Microsoft, and kind of gave them a bailout. And then the iPhone came along and kind of revitalized the company. But that's pretty much what they have. Now let's look at Google. Google has the Android platform. They have YouTube. They have the dominant search feature. So that's just to name a few. So when you look at those streams of revenue versus Apple, you could see where in the long term, I guess Apple kind of came to their senses and, realized, okay, we need some help. Microsoft has aligned itself with OpenAI, so they're reaping the benefits of, the AI boom. And Google does have a fairly decent AI system, and Apple decided, hey, you know what? We need some help. So for the first time, like I said, in a long while, Apple reached out, got some help, and it should be a good thing for both companies. Both Apple stock is up, and Google stock is up. So it's something good for both companies, I think. I'm invested in both, so either way, it's a win for me. But I'm actually happy to see this because, like I said, I think Apple needed this move more than Google did. All right, so next let's talk about my most recent play, which was on QQQ. As you guys can see here, I'll try to like zoom it in so you guys can see the screen. So I bought a call on QQQ. It's the 444 strike. Expiration was 3/18, which is the same day. So it was yesterday. So it's pretty much a call that has 1 day to expire. So it's going to expire the same day. These calls are risky, but you got to know what you're doing and have your fundamentals down right in terms of sticking to your charting and watching your lines and looking for your breaks and taking profit. So you guys can see here it says limit buy, position open, time in force, good for the day. Submitted March 18, 2024 at 9:37 a.m. Right, so this was right at market open. The limit price was 18, but it was actually filled 100 contracts at 16.52. All right. So I got 100 contracts. So it's roughly like about 16 bucks, $16 and 52 cents to be exact for each contract. And I got 100. So I put up pretty much $1,655. I had the regulatory fee here of $3. And then we scroll up. That's pretty much all the information that's there. All right. So I got into this call because I was actually looking at the chart and I saw that QQQ was about to cross, a certain line that was a position of interest for me. So now I'm going to show you guys what the end result of this play was. All right. So this is me selling the call now. So let's go ahead and just zoom in so we can take a look. Order filled. And it says order sell QQQ 444 strike at 3/18. Limit sell, position effect close, time in force good for the day, March 18, 2024. And this is at 10:26. So pretty much under an hour. I end up selling each one for 25 cents. So got in for 16, say like 16 cents. And sold at 25. So the initial funds that I put up was $1,655, which you guys saw, and my estimated credit here was $2,497 plus the regulatory fees. So I got a credit of $2,500. I ended up walking away with $848 profit. Not bad for an hour's work, but that's risky. So don't try to mimic trades like this. I have experience. If you're not as experienced, take your time and slowly try to build into it and get your experience up, get your charting up. The thing with making these type of plays intraday with calls or puts, whatever it is that expire the same day, you have to be on the money. I'm talking like sniper sharp. You got to be able to look at your candles. You should know when a candle is forming that's about to create a problem for you, and get out and don't get greedy. Me personally, my 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 strategy is always trying to get. I usually try to get, say, like about 20%. profit, and I'll put up usually about 20% of whatever cash I have on hand. Meaning, I'll use, say I have $10,000, just as an example. I'll put up $2,000 as my working capital, and then use that to make my plays. Notice I didn't say this is what I'm risking. That's my working capital. It's a big difference. Won't get too much into that right now. Later on, I'll probably do a video on my risk management strategy, but that's pretty much what I put up. So let's just go with those numbers. I put up, say, 1,655, right? And I end up selling that option for 2,500. So 2,500 was, the final credit. So what you do now is you could divide the 848 profit that I made by the amount that I put up, and you'll see that my ROI is roughly around 50%. It's actually like 51%. So not bad. And like I said, this was in an hour. Does it always work out this way? No, things can go left. But you should enter into a trade like this knowing what you're doing and have everything plotted out. Your lines should be plotted out. You should also have a stop loss in place. Like I said, later on I'll get into my risk strategy with you guys, but just wanted to show you that play for the day. I actually also had another one that I did today. I'll show you guys that real quickly. All right, so if you guys look here, you'll see this was today. This was 2 hours ago. So bought a call 438 at 319, which is today's date. I spent I spent 2,100. I end up selling for 2,700. So I made $600 profit. Again, within a short time frame. Same concept. Contract expires the same day. Then we have the Reddit IPO. The highly anticipated Reddit IPO drops on Thursday at a $6.4 billion valuation. These guys are not even profitable. And it says here an army of short sellers are lurking. All right. So there's a big problem between Reddit and the Wall Street Bet community, which is a forum that's hosted on Reddit, about them going public. Long story short, they don't like it, and they're planning to take the stock down. They're planning to short it. If you guys don't know who Wall Street Bets is, these were the guys behind the meme stocks. So they were responsible for like GameStop blowing up, which is a worthless company, and AMC, which I won't say AMC is worthless, but it's it's like But they're responsible for a lot of like the meme stocks blowing up. They have a huge, huge membership base. I don't know. I don't even know if I should call it a membership. They have a lot of followers. There's a lot of people on Wall Street Bets. When they decide to make a decision to move something up or down, they have a lot of power. So it should be really interesting to see what happens. Let's go into this article just a little bit more. So it says here, many users on the Wall Street Bets forum see Reddit's move to list on the public market as a chance to make a buck by going YOLO, but in reverse, short the stock. Key points: Reddit floats 22 million shares Thursday. Wall Street Bets vows to take action. Company warns of looming volatility. I personally don't really like playing IPOs. I've probably tried to play IPOs like once or twice, man, and I got burned. So it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm sorry. And a lot of these companies, like I said, they'll come out with this crazy valuation. You give it a couple months, the stock is down to like $2, so who knows? But it should be interesting, and it definitely should be on your radar. Like I said, the IPO is going to be on Thursday. This is the ticker RDDT. So should be pretty interesting. And then finally, we are checking in on Adobe's stock. Okay. As you guys can see, it is up today, 0.76%. When I brought this to your attention, it was shortly after earnings. The stock was down to like 480, I think, at its low, so 470 something. I told you guys, if you wanted to play the run up, give yourself some time and, get you a call, say about a month or so, or 6 weeks out. Look at it now. It's a far cry from where it was before, which was like 583. But right now it's at 517, 518. So from 480 to 517, what is that? That's a pretty nice move. That's what, like a $37 move? Imagine if you had a call on that with like a delta of like 50. Printing money. So I bring this up, guys, just to let you know that whenever there's like, you have a solid Fortune 500 company, and let's say the earnings bad, it dips for a while, that's a buying opportunity. You could average into the stock, or you could get a call that's far out because it's going to go back up. Now, like I told you guys before, I don't know if it's going to go back to 580 within a month, but as you can see, from 480 to 500, that's $20, and now it's at 517. So that's a $37 move so far between last week and now. Come on, guys. Whoever got that call is printing right now. I am telling you that. They are printing on that call. And I think it's only going to go back up. This is a solid company. They dominate their industry. And, I think it's just going to keep going up. All right. But that's it for the video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please don't forget to like the video. If you like the content that I put out here, don't forget to subscribe, share the video with a family member and a friend. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to do these videos as often as possible, probably 3-4 times a week. But nothing is more instant than adding or dropping something on my Instagram story. It's fast, and if any of you guys follow me know, I give a lot of updates constantly throughout the day. I'm one of those people, I'm always on my phone. So if I see something or I get an alert, I'll share it. I don't have a problem dropping gems. All right. Thanks again for watching the video, guys. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.